From the gritty streets of Athens to the bright lights of the NBA, Giannis' story had a lot of high highs and low lows. But what did he do to defy the odds, and how did his family and coaches help him in that journey? Today we take a deep dive into his unbreakable support system. I'm Jesse with Basketball Dive, and this is the story of Giannis' family. One of the first things you should probably know is Antetokounmpo is not the real surname of Giannis. It is a Greek version of the Yoruba name Antetokounmpo, which means the crown or royalty from across the sea. But growing up, the family didn't live as royalties, they were anything but. Nevertheless, they had each other, and with that, they felt rich all the same. This is why Giannis was so hopeless when he initially joined the NBA, because his family couldn't move to the US with him due to immigration restrictions. As a result, he decided to sleep at the gym instead of going back home because his family is his home.
He would sleep in the gym because he had no reason to go home. He didn't want to go home. He was alone.
He soon started to play like trash and threatened to leave if his family couldn't come to the United States. That's how important family is for Giannis, and this is the amazing story of all of them. Giannis was born to Nigerian parents Charles and Veronica Antetokounmpo on December 6, 1994. The little that is known about Charles Antetokounmpo says he was a professional soccer player of the Yoruba tribe, born in 1964 and raised in Lagos, Nigeria. Before he quit football as a result of injury, he played for the Nigerian club Sunshine Stars FC in Akure, a city close to Lagos. Because of Charles, the young Giannis had been passionate about soccer before basketball captured his heart. Charles Antetokounmpo, while trying to mix soccer and his work as a handyman in the heavily populated, ethnically diverse, and commercial hub of Lagos, met and fell in love with Veronica. A few years after they had their first child, who was named Francis, Charles and Veronica left for Greece around 1992. Their migration to Greece was in search of a better life, but wasn't exactly a legal move as they didn't have any official paperwork. So, understanding that it would be tough for a baby trying to escape the authorities, they decided to leave Francis in Nigeria with his grandparents. In Greece, Charles did odd jobs like being a handyman because he couldn't work legally. He and his wife were also forced to leave their homes on many occasions for lack of paying the rent or just trying to evade the police and eventual deportation. But this did not stop them from making babies. Legal documents or not, Charles and Veronica managed to raise 4 male children: Thanasis, Giannis, Kostas, and Alex. This intensified the struggles of the family, yes, but as Thanasis and Giannis grew up a bit, they entered into petty trading. They traded watches, CDs, sunglasses, toys, and other minor commodities just to fatten the family pockets, if only but a little. But by allowing his kids to make some money, Charles was teaching them resilience, character, and hard work. But it wasn't all work and no play for him. He also taught them how to play soccer, something that Giannis came to really love until 2008 when coach Spyros Villaniadis discovered him. At first, their father wasn't psyched about the idea of having his kids play basketball on a court located in a neighborhood very far from theirs. There was the issue of finance, and secondly, the possibility of his kids getting exposed as children with no papers was higher. But eventually he warmed up to the idea, seeing the potential the kids had, and also because Coach Villaniadis agreed to support the family financially by paying them €500 every month. Furthermore, before Giannis and his brother even became part of the team, Charles had taught them about the importance of teamwork. He would always say something along the lines of, "When one scores, the entire team scores." Charles also taught him how to control his footwork, which helped him on the court, and that was something that he confirmed in an interview after a game when he said, quote, "My dad was a footballer, so he worked with me on my footwork a little bit, and he coached me mentally to stay in the game and continue what I'm doing just to play hard." End quote. But at the start of his career, Giannis couldn't play hard because in his first year in the US, he was alone with Thanasis, and this wasn't good enough. Giannis wanted the whole squad with him, but at least something good came out of 2013, as he and his brother were finally given Greek citizenship. This is when their surname was officially changed into the Greek name Antetokounmpo. Then, in 2014, Charles and the other members still held up in Greece were finally able to join Giannis in America. Bucks coach at the time, Larry Drew, commented on how different Giannis started playing because of his family's arrival. He had this to say, quote, "His energy is totally different. I thought last night the whole time he was in the game, he was in attack mode. I know he was excited about having his parents there. I could just see it. There was just a vibe in being around him and listening to him talk. He was asking me about his brother. I hadn't met him until after the game last night, but that's a tall 16-year-old kid." End quote. The squad was finally back together, and Giannis was on his way to stardom, fully motivated and confident. But then, tragedy struck.
I want to thank my dad. Obviously, my dad is not here with me, but...
The same year the Greek Freak made it to the NBA All-Star team for the first time, his father tragically died of a heart attack on September 29, 2017 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was only 54 years old. In honor of his death, Giannis and the other members of his family started the Charles Antetokounmpo Foundation, or the CAFF, which is dedicated to helping refugees, widows, immigrants, and youths through education, food, shelter, and of course, sports. CAFF has accomplished a lot and arguably has saved thousands of lives, but the family, of course, is still shaken up by their loss. And, now they really only have Veronica to call a parent, and their bond with her is definitely one that's noteworthy, so we're going to go over that right now. The truth is, it is really hard to talk about Veronica and Charles separately because of how close they were and the similar impact they had on their kids, but Veronica herself was nevertheless powerful in her own right. Giannis' mother Veronica was an amazing person, still is, and had a great impact on the entire Antetokounmpo family. Her love and support for her children specifically was unmatched. Unmatched like our offer for you today, folks. Check this out. The NBA playoffs are already well underway, and even though the Milwaukee Bucks and several other teams have already been eliminated, there are some teams left that are still fighting for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. We've partnered with DraftKings on today's video to bring you this amazing offer. DraftKings is bringing the high-stakes action to all new customers. Namely, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering $150 of bonus bets instantly to new customers. Yup, you've heard it right. If you're a new customer and you use our code BASKETBALLDIVE when you sign up, bet just $5 on any wager on DraftKings and receive $150 of bonus bets instantly. If mobile sports betting isn't available in your state yet, don't fret. You can still join in on the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. Man, I'm telling you, DraftKings has so many different ways to make watching sports way more fun. They offer cash prizes for nearly every sport out there. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code BASKETBALLDIVE. Bet $5 on any pregame money line and get $150 in bonus bets if that bet wins. Yup, that easy. That's promo code BASKETBALLDIVE only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Now back to the video. Her husband was from the Yoruba tribe in the western part of Nigeria, while she was from the east, an Igbo woman who was an athlete herself by being a high jumper. So amazing footwork from a footballing father and a great jump or vertical from a high jumping mother. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? Nevertheless, Veronica was born in 1963. Giannis had taken the last numbers of his parents' birth years to form his jersey number, 34. Additionally, while her kids were given Greek names, she also ensured that they got Igbo names, with Giannis getting the middle named Ugo. She is a proud and happy mother to her kids now, who gives them mad joy with her dance moves and unconditional motherly love. And this pride and love were maintained even when she couldn't keep a constant job and traded old commodities in the streets with her sons. For the Greek Freak, he is nothing without his mom, and while he grew up with his family in Sepolia, Athens, he was always worrying about coming home and not finding his mom. Speaking about this experience, he said, quote, "If I came home from school and didn't find my mom, my mind raced. I was wondering where she was, wondering if she and my father were okay. Many times I thought my parents would be deported. Luckily, that day never came." End quote. Additionally, when Giannis received his first MVP award, he called his mother his hero since childhood.
She was always there for us. She's the foundation of this family. You're my true hero. You're my true hero.
But according to Veronica, she just wanted her kids to be happy, for them to never feel lacking in love and attention. Speaking to Vogue in an interview, she revealed about her kids, quote, "I am most proud of my children, not because of their professional success, but because they have learned to love each other, to love people, to respect them, and to help. Let them give back in turn." End quote. So who are Veronica's children, or the brothers of Giannis? Let's go find out. Born on October 20th, 1988, Francis is the eldest brother to Giannis and the first child of Charles and Veronica. Also known as Ophili, he was the baby left behind in Nigeria when his parents migrated to Greece. But he wasn't abandoned, as the family still reached out to him frequently while they were in Greece. Francis played football for a while, just like his father, and after he moved to Greece, he played for Greek teams such as AE Sparti and Aititos Spatan. But he's currently a musician signed to Def Jam Greece, actually. His stage name is Ophili, a name that he said wasn't just the stage name, but his middle name, as we said, which was borrowed from his grandfather, the man he lived with. He has since reunited with his family and has gone on to produce some good music, including the official song for the movie Rise, which is the same movie that chronicles the life of the Antetokounmpos. While Francis continues to make music, his 4 younger brothers are all basketball players, with 3 of them making history by winning NBA championships. Thanasis is the second child after Francis. Athanasios Rotimi, or Thanasis, was born on July 18, 1992, in Athens, Greece. Giannis would not have made it to the NBA if it wasn't for his older brother Thanasis. He had told Giannis when he was 16 years old that he was going to be in the NBA, even though the 2-time MVP wouldn't believe it. But Thani believed. He's the kind of big brother most people would pray for. But he was also the star of the family growing up, so what the heck happened? How come Thanasis isn't the Greek freak, but instead ended up becoming second in line to the Antetokounmpo name? Growing up, Thanasis played for the junior men's team of Philathletikos with Giannis, but was the star player in the family. While they were on the team, they were never on the court together, as one had to wait for the other to get subbed out before he had a chance to play. This is because they only had a pair of sneakers owned by Thanasis, which they had to share. Before Giannis caught the eye of scouts and agents, Thanasis was the man. He even had the opportunity to play professionally in Greece before Giannis, but the fact that he wasn't legally a citizen ruined his chances. Then it even became worse for Thani when he had an injury that put him away for a long time. This was when Giannis had his chance to improve and eventually shine. When Giannis eventually got to the NBA draft, Thanasis was the only family member of his that went to the US with him. He also hoisted the Greek flag as his younger brother descended the stairs to shake hands with Commissioner David Stern. Thanasis, who plays small or power forward, would later be drafted in the 2013 NBA Development League Draft, or G League as we know it today, by the Delaware 87ers. He played with them till 2014 and averaged 12 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks before joining the NBA as a 51st pick in the 2014 NBA Draft to the New York Knicks. But before playing for the Knicks, he played for the Westchester Knicks, and then he moved on to the New York Knicks on a 10-day contract, making his NBA debut against the Phoenix Suns. He now plays for the Milwaukee Bucks since joining them in 2019. Internationally, he represents the Greek national team and has rejected the offer to play for Nigeria. He and Giannis have also served the mandatory 3-month military service for their home country, Greece. Now they serve as inspirations to their other brothers, Kostas and Alex. Kostas Endebisi was born on November 20th, 1997. Just like his brothers before him, he had also played for Philathletikos. He went to and played college basketball at the University of Dayton before getting drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2018 NBA Draft as the last pick. He has played for the Mavericks and won the 2020 NBA championship with the Lakers, which made him the first Greek player to do so even before his superstar brother. He currently plays in the Turkish Basketball Super League for Fenerbahce. His younger brother, Alex, plays for the Wisconsin Herd of the NBA G League. Alex Amika Antetokounmpo, born on the 27th of August 2001, is yet to be drafted, just like Kostas. Seeing how his brothers have fared in basketball, do you think it will be possible for another star like Giannis to emerge from the Antetokounmpo family? Anyway, speaking of family, Giannis has started his own. Giannis has only been in a romantic relationship, as far as we can tell, with one person, Mariah Riddlespringer. Mariah was born on the 17th of September 1992 in Fresno, California to parents Pat and Kathy. She has 2 sisters, Michaela and Maya, and reportedly played volleyball in high school and college. She was a captain as an outside hitter and even won team MVP when she was in high school. She has a degree in sports management and sociology from Rice University in Texas. Mariah put this degree to good use when she worked as an intern in the NBA Summer League and later for the Philadelphia 76ers in their basketball operations unit. She currently runs an apparel brand known as Sincerely Mariah, which was launched on Mother's Day of 2021. The idea for her brand was born during the pandemic when she had her first child and faced the mental battles of being a first-time mother. The brand basically produces clothes with positive mantras or quotes written on them. Speaking on what her goal with Sincerely Mariah is, she said, quote, "It just really came from me being down and wanting to spread more positivity because I know more people are going through similar situations. I was like, this is something I need to do for me. I know this will help me feel more like me again." End quote. But aside from her personal business, she is also dedicated to charitable work with her partner, Giannis. It is not clear how or when Giannis and Mariah met, but they have been dating for quite some time and currently have 2 children together, Liam Charles and Maverick Shai. Liam Charles was named after Giannis' late father, of course. He was born on February 11, 2020, while his younger brother Maverick was born in September of 2021. Now while we wait for Giannis and Mariah to officially seal the deal, you can check out this epic wedding proposal that Derrick Rose did for his wife in the video we did about Derrick Rose's family, and that video should be showing for you right here.